I'm watching.
Now
YouTube.
I've gone live. Now I
All
click
right.
the live button. Let's see what happens now. This is ridiculous.
There we go. I see a live button.
Really? Yes. Now we're live.
There you go. Yep.
Oh, man. It's the Zoom test kitchen with the magic level and it's
Yeah, go for it. Start it.
yeah. Really? Do we really need to do
Yeah,
that now?
Give us the
why not?
15-second version.
All right, 15-second
Give us the
version.
short
Here we go. Here we go.
Welcome to the Zoom.
Okay. Well, you know, I was going to come on all proud and stuff because there are at least three that I know of MVPs in this room. You know, I was going to come on all proud and stuff because and all three of us have destroyed this stream so far, this Zoom. Oh my God. If you didn't hear, yeah, I consider it that I consider it that Zoom Test Kitchen is an MVP. That's what I say. Most valuable player. Well then, how's everyone doing? Hey, Mike.
Hi, Dave. Your other MVP in the room. MVP number 2.
One of
yeah.
three.
Then we've got a couple more as we go around. As you're showing gallery, now you're showing me.
Oh, John is in too? Who let John in? Dear God.
There you go.
Really? John Drinkwater?
Yep, I got the set.
Congratulations, sir.
Zoom Community Super Champion.
Wait, what?
Zoom Developer Champion.
Wait, hold on. Wait,
And
you're jumping
MVP.
ahead. That's not what I am. No, we're not talking about super dupe anything. We're just talking about MVPs. So you're a super duper and an MVP?
Yeah, so is Ray.
Wow.
There's 15 MVPs. I don't think there's that many Super Champions.
No.
Well, when you consider that there are 8 billion people in the world, and 4, if not more, of the MVPs out of 15 are in this room right now.
No, impressive. But there is another figure which I'm going to get out before Ray beats me to it. We are just shy of 500,000 members in the Zoom community. There are 498,000 something.
Very, very exciting. We're manipulating vulnerable people? Who are we manipulating?
MVP.
Oh. Oh, I love that. That's great.
You only knew that, there had to be a reason for the acronym.
Yeah. That's cool. Okay. So we got Mike, we got John, we got Ray Harwood. Another MVP, another super champion, super de-duper. By the way, just so everyone knows, MVP doesn't actually mean you did anything. It just means that you talk nicely about Zoom and you do it a lot and you don't shut up. That's what it means. So, I mean, I'll take it. Don't get me wrong. I'm not complaining, but no one here should think that any of us are special. But you know who is special? Frank. He's so special.
Special in a certain kind of way, right?
In a certain kind of way. John Idelson is not only an MVP, he's a OVP. He's the only valuable player at Zoom.
I don't know whether only, but I was waiting to see how you would take this, David, with great anticipation. But I create MVPs.
What do you mean you create MVPs?
Right?
Like, are you just saying that to belittle me, or are you serious?
No. I'm saying my family connection.
Oh, yes, you do. You make or break. I took you into this world. I can take you out of it. You make or break MVPs, indeed. Tony Mobley is my MVP, my personal MVP. Now, how old is this computer that you're on, Tony? Have we gone older than 2012?
No, this is 2012,
Okay.
and
I'm working on a camera that will improve my image. This is just a Zoom machine.
Yeah, I'm just gonna don't take this the wrong way, but this camera, this ain't the one. That's going to improve your image. Yeah.
I understand.
What you've got on your shows is much better. But that's for 2012. I'll take it. It works. Yeah. Hey, how are you?
I'm good, thank you, David. How are you?
Good. I'm doing okay. And
As
Dan
Kevin Durant said, David, as Kevin Durant said, Mom, you're the real MVP. Remember when he said that?
I've never understood. Never understood why on birthdays we celebrate the kids. We did nothing. The moms did all the work. Birthdays should be for the moms.
It's a collaboration.
No, not really. Hasmuk is here, and who else did I miss? Dan Huber is here. Good to see all of you. Hey, Hasmuk. All right, so we added, thank you, Frank, who reminded me that we need to add new channels to our Discord. So we now have, and I also did just the slightest bit of reorganizing, so everyone knows that now we've got over here. Why is that so big? Go away. I don't want you to be so big. Oh, well. So now we've got recipes is just sort of the opening. What's cooking is kind of what's happening right now. So announcements, release notes, things like that. And then we've got main course. That's all the Zoom stuff. So we added sheets, paper, slides. I moved Zoom cuts, Zoom clips, Zoom hub, Zoom docs, all that stuff up here. And then underneath that, we've got sides. So that's Zoom OSC, ISO tiles, And then table talk is all the other stuff that isn't officially part of Zoom. So it's a little more organized now, and maybe that will be helpful. You know what I didn't know what to do with? I didn't know what to do with Zoom docs. I mean, is that
rename it to Canvas?
Just rename it to, okay. Because I'm still a little confused about the relationship between paper and Canvas, but I will do that. Zoom paper, Zoom, where is it? Oh, there it is. Zoom docs. Yeah. So if you do have specific questions about any of these, definitely jump into the Canvas. Definitely jump in and or thoughts or insights or anything. Jump in and let us know. All right. So what's on the agenda for today, folks? What are people working on? What have people played with? What do we got?
I went to a presentation by Zoom this week, and I asked them, will ZoomMate be free? And they said it will not be free.
Huh. Yeah. You know what ZoomMate reminds me of a little, was Apple's Siri AI announcement. How, you know, we will all get sort of, oh God, sorry, I just said her name and everything just turned on. By the way, when I was watching the WWDC, they said it a whole bunch of times. They said, "Hey Shlomo," and every time they said it, the video would stop and all my devices would ding. But the model that they're using, as I understand it, is everyone's going to kind of get the boring, lame Shlomo, and then if you up your plan over on iCloud, then you'll get the better stuff, which is how everyone else does it too. And it sounds like Zoom maybe will do that too. So does that mean you won't get any ZoomMate if you're just on the pro plan?
Yes. Yesterday I heard that ZoomMate, if you don't have a license, will give you a limited number of tokens, but you won't get access to all of the features.
Well, if you don't have a paid plan, I wouldn't.
Well, correct. You'll require a paid
anything.
plan in order to get access to any of it, I believe. That wasn't explicitly stated yesterday, but
right.
Yeah, it's not going to go to.
So if you look at the top of at least my Zoom workplace, right at the top, pro tip: meet ZoomMate, your new AI teammate. Turn conversations into completed deliverables with less manual work, reclaiming time across your week by now. That's the key thing. And that presumably is going to take me to checkout. Wow. Okay. Does this know that I have is this completely separate from?
It knows your credit card, so I'm assuming it knows your account, Dave.
Yeah. So so you get nothing, $20 per month per user. So do you get nothing with just a business account or a pro account? I guess this is just an add-on. You have to pay for it. Wow. Okay.
All prices that David are showing are related to the US dollars.
Yeah, sorry. So 2,200 credits per user per month for standard, 11,500. Let's see how credits work. Zoom AI credits are required to access and use certain metered AI-powered capabilities across Zoom products, including ZoomMate and the AI Productivity Suite. Each metered AI the amount of AI credits that apply to a particular action will vary. This gets back, Frank, to what you were saying. It would be really nice to have a little meter counter so that you know what each thing you're doing is spending. One of the things I like about Lovable is that it's not obvious, but I can do that. When I send a message, I can see how many tokens that ate up, or whatever it's called. How many, whatever. Different Zoom plans include varying amounts of AI credits. Plans that include a monthly allotment will refresh every month. To learn about plans that include AI credits, please see the Zoom pricing page. Okay. 108. Now I want to know about that. Let me jump over there real quick. Okay, so this is the Pro plan. And it doesn't say anything. See all features. Oh, here, AI features. Speculative cross-platform support, meeting summaries, in-meeting requests, see more features. Maybe it's a separate thing. AI Productivity Suite. I bet this is it. Oh, yeah, we looked at this last time. Now I'm really confused. So, see rates. Oh my goodness, this is crazy. Light a. Does someone want to help me here? I don't. Zoom. Okay, Zoom Mate.
Nobody has a PhD in this yet, so
Zoom Mate is a complete add-on. That's clear. You get 0 Zoom Mate with just your plan, but you do get Canvas, sheets, slides, and paper. But what I don't understand is that, and that's what they call the AI Productivity Suite. What I don't understand is over here, where is it? Somewhere. Turn over. I'm a little confused. I'm sorry. This is Zoom Mate. Plan details. AI work surface, agentic search workflows, AI productivity. See, look, AI Productivity Suite. So if you pay $20, you get the AI Productivity Suite, or if you don't pay $20, you get the AI Productivity Suite. Okay, I'm confused. Let's go back to the pricing page. Here's the pricing page. So you get unlimited AI note taking. They've got AI all over the place here, which is wonderful, but it's very complex to understand what you're getting and what you have to pay for. You get unlimited AI note taking with a pro plan. And then if we go down and click on see all features, It also says the productivity suite. If I don't open this, looks like I get it. I get the productivity suite. That includes Canvas, Sheets, Slides, Paper. Look at that right there. I get it. I get a gigabyte. Template sharing, template library, the whole thing. I get 20,000 rows. And then down here is ZoomMate. So I don't know. So do I still have ZoomMate in my, what's it here? Did I have it last time? We did have ZoomMate over here, didn't we, last week? Oh, it's right there. ZoomMate. Now, I have not paid. Oh, this is the 500 credits. All right, so you've got 500 credits, start exploring, create a project, yada, yada, yada. See, this is the piece that I'm confused about. Build slides, draft a document, I get it. But can't I also do this from here? And is this considered ZoomMate? This is also AI generating slides. And Sheets is the same thing. I guess it's unclear to me what I'm getting with ZoomMate that I'm not getting with this, which is all included in my Pro plan. ZoomMate. Drive meeting. What is drive meeting? Oh, complete actions from a recent meeting. Okay. Okay. Yeah. Build slides. Trying to do a presentation to share with Zoom management. Any insights from anyone?
I put some math in the chat, but I don't know what a request, how much a credits a request costs, or multiple credits depending what the request is. Like I don't know how to equivocate the idea of the credits to what it's performing.
Right. A single credit costs 1 penny. Almost. A little bit more.
I just read this thing on the internet about a company that spent, I think it was 500 million in 1 month on their AI bill.
Wow.
There's speculation it was Amazon, but I don't know if it was Amazon. But anyways, whoever it was, like, if you tell people to use your AI credits and they go crazy, what happens at the end of the month?
Mm-hmm. Wow.
Oh, it's worse than that. It's you get that usage the end of this month, but what happens when the price goes up next month?
Oh yeah.
Right.
Like, is someone going to put the brakes on AI at some point and say it's getting too expensive? Like, for some companies, I think that'll be true.
Well, consumers will do that naturally. People will go, I can't afford this. I have to eat. My family has to have food. We have to have gas to get to work. And, those of you that have been around a long time and remember regular phones with coils that go into the wall and all that sort of stuff, there was a time when there were smartphones out there and only people with a lot of money could really afford them. And it took a fair amount of time for the prices to come down to where most people could afford them. But even then, they're really not cheap. The good news to me is you have to have a piece of hardware. You can get that hardware, and what you're really doing is you're renting space and time off of another machine. It's not like a cell phone where you have to have a cell phone and then you also have to have service with a cell phone. At least with AI, you're just paying for usage.
Well, an interesting take on this from everyone's favorite AI commentator on YouTube, whose name I'm consistently forgetting. The hat and the glasses. I'll find it.
John Belushi. He had hat and glasses.
Yeah, John Belushi. I'm always forgetting his name. I feel terrible because he's really fantastic. So his argument was actually his take on Apple's announcement was that Apple's play here is that it's not going to be about tokens. It's not going to be about cloud. It's all going to be about what you can do on device so that you don't have to spend tokens.
Well, that's what Apple's goal was at the, two WWDCs ago, was they're going in the slow lane trying to keep it on device, right?
Right.
But the market didn't like that.
Well, but now they're still doing it. I mean,
but they're partnering with Google to supply their AI while they keep working on their on-device model, right?
Right. By the way, if anyone's keeping track, Mr. Beast is approaching 500 million subscribers. I'll take that down because I don't want to get taken down. But if you haven't subscribed to Mr. Beast, he's only 180,000 away. So.
Is he giving away a huge amount of something or other to the
I don't know, actually.
happy person?
I think he might just be wanting to hit 500 million. I think, Apple's play, I think, is a smart one because I think everyone else is thinking, as you were saying before, about tokens and how to pay for it that way. And Apple is just making a different bet. We'll see if it actually, maybe internet service will go away and it'll just be server farm fee, internet included, says Dan.
Well, if you want to just talk about politics and finance for a second, there's a lot of people who think that the oligarchs want us to have a subscription model for life where you don't own anything ever and you just pay fees all the time, right?
Which we kind of already do, don't we?
Well, but they're saying there's lots of room for it to get worse.
Yeah, for sure. There certainly is. All right.
I mean, you can buy a Mac Mini or some other computer of your choosing and run a local LLM with probably 12 billion, computations or something for a reasonable price, but it's not quite the same, is it?
Which is what killed the cheapest Mac Mini.
Mac Minis, yeah. Everybody bought them for.
I hope those come back. Boy, that was such a fantastic machine, and AI killed it. All right. You put a great video up. Was that also from this week about?
Yeah, I was, I read a lot about Zoom, so Ray put up his recording, which was really awesome, and then I found this official video. I thought I'd add it as a companion to what Ray had already posted in the Discord.
Yeah. What's great about it, what I found, I'm just trying to find it now. Do you remember where you posted it? I don't remember.
It's underneath Ray's video, so wherever Ray's video is, it's right next to it.
Yeah, new features. So what was great about this is, what was interesting, I should say, is if you look at the description of it, it says in the description, introducing Zoom Recording Studio, the game changer for content creators, podcasters, and video producers, which last week is none of the people that we were saying that this was for.
I've been saying it all along. I even said that Riverside's probably not happy about this.
Last week it was we had imagined, I had imagined, everyone except Frank had imagined that this was really for enterprise. And in fact, that's kind of what we were told also.
Andy said it was for enterprise. Right. I said I thought podcasters were going to love it.
I agree with you. I think they will. Yeah. This video, I'm not sure who it was aimed at, but in the
broad spectrum.
Yeah.
So the one other thing, David, as long as we're talking about our little discussion last week, last week we looked at the video, and when I was using the tool, it had the little triangle that said, "Oh, we can't do the local recording on your machine." And I've since received information from support that my Xeon 1290p and my Quattro 5000 are not sufficient because you have to have an 11th generation CPU. And you've got to have at least 8 processors.
Yeah.
Cores, you mean?
So in order to do the local work with this.
Yeah, I saw that. That was
And-
you sounded a little more than a little disappointed when you posted that.
Yeah. And they've acknowledged, I had a LinkedIn post today that we had Jeff Harling on our Zoom community champion call yesterday, and they acknowledged that, in some cases Zoom does put out a product and the documentation is not there, and I've been assured, by my support people, it's not my support people, the support people, that documentation is coming. We're working on it, because I asked, what is the actual specification of what does and does not get the local end-to-end recording? Well, we don't know, but when we showed your video and we gave all of that stuff to our team, that's what they said about your devices, and other people's devices may vary. The question I wanted to ask and didn't was, what are the requirements on the Mac?
Right.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah. By the way, sorry, don't mean to change the subject, but I wasn't looking carefully. This was 6 hours ago, and he did it. Here we go. There we go. 500 million people are now subscribed to Mr. Beast. That's just absurd.
It is absurd.
Sorry. Yeah, it really is. I would on the Mac side, I would be really surprised if anything that is M1 or greater wouldn't be able to handle it. I won't be surprised at all if Intel can't handle it. But if anything from M1 up can't handle it, I'd be very surprised.
I feel like, AI specific chipsets are being, rapidly deployed and developed, right? Like, you won't be able to buy a computer that doesn't have AI something chipsets on it, right?
Right. Yeah. And this is, so that what we did get to see in this video was, oh, look at that. You can't, oh yeah, you can. Sorry, I didn't think you could scrub through. So in this video, he has his folks in, and then he's going to, we can see what's going to happen. So uploading the individual recordings. And then when he goes back into his, in here, he clicks on that recording session, because remember, you can have multiple takes in a recording session. So these are your global files.
Yeah, I looked at this. I didn't like sort of the naming convention or how you differentiate. It was a little obscure to me. But
I found it as he was describing the cloud versus local, I had to actually rewind the video to look at how they're being presented in so you've got up here, you've got your recording take 2, then you've got your individual recordings.
Mm-hmm.
So here's 1 and here's 2
but are those local or cloud?
No, so these are cloud.
Oh, okay, it says cloud right
and
there.
Then underneath here, and again, I don't really understand Zoom, and this is another user that was in the meeting, but why do these two individual people show up under him and they're both in the cloud? I don't know. I didn't really follow that clearly.
Work in progress, maybe.
Maybe.
I imagine when this has more adoption, people will start giving them some solid feedback saying, this needs some better UI or UX or something.
Yeah.
It's early days, right?
Yeah, and ISO did get a plug also, which was kind of nice.
Yeah.
So, but that was helpful. And the other one that you sent along was the sheet, the slides video, right? I think you sent that.
I don't know. Did I? Maybe it was someone else. I don't want to take credit for something I didn't do.
No, you did. Your guide to Zoom slides.
That
which is this guy here. Yeah. What is Zoom says? You know what I think my problem is? I think that I don't know why, but the Zoom's approach to all of this, sheets, slides, and spreadsheets sheets, slides, and paper is I don't want the user to look at a blank page. So I'm not even going to show them anything. Just let them type in natural language and then I'll create it for them. For me, maybe it's just the structure of it, but I like to see what I'm working on first and then be able to add elements. I don't like putting it all into the hands of AI and just let it, and then I know I can edit it afterward. But that doesn't sit comfortably for me. But Zoom Slides changes the dynamic entirely. AI first presentation tool lets you go from idea to polish deck in minutes. By the way, so this is, while we've been talking, I said, take our last, I don't even remember, take our last something meeting and, oh no, sorry. This is just me. I'm in my account, not the Test Kitchen account. And make a slide deck. And so this is the slide deck that it made for me. Let's go ahead and play it. And I said, this is for Zoom folks. Community feedback and recommendations. They're the people who are here. Avatar not ready. Okay. We didn't give a very good review, I guess. It's confusing audio routing, poor visual fidelity, no gesture support, and 0 overall value. Zoom, this is not a real thing. These are not our real opinions. There is at the bottom here. That's a little wrong with the copyright information, but let's keep going here. Yeah, action items. This is nice. Path to avatar readiness. Audio fix, visual polish, gestures, and retest.
How many credits does this cost you?
Yeah, I know. We're going to go check that next. Significant work remains. All right. Beautiful. That's very nice. Now, in order to see my credits, I have to go into, what's that thing called? ZoomMate. Why am I in Zoom? I thought I did this in slides. Oh, well.
Click the little X up there. There you go.
Yeah. Let me go back to new task. It says 0 still. Well, 113, but no, but that was from, yeah, no, that cost 113.
So you can do that 3 more times.
Right. And here we go again with lifetime free trial. I don't know what that means.
Lifetime does not mean to lawyers what it means to regular people.
Right. Agenda. Now, how do I get back to, my files? Okay. I want to take this. How do I find the, I'm looking for the, what do you call it? For the prompt that I put in. I guess you don't have that anymore. It just creates it and then you're done. Yeah. So now again, I wonder if that's going to be any different. Oh, so here's one difference, I think. Wait, maybe I'm wrong. No, I'm wrong. What I was going to say is that over there in ZoomMate, when I do new task, I can build slides and just click create a presentation from the last meeting. In slides, you just add it. And that's how you get it. Create a slide deck reviewing the main ideas and topics in this meeting. And this goes back to, I'm not entirely clear what the difference is between the two. So we'll see what happens here. Because again, this is included with any paid account with rate limits, but ZoomMate is not. All right, so we'll let this cook for a little bit. Someone else talk. I've been talking a lot. Oh, well, Frank has his hand raised.
I have a question or a comment. Let's say I'm working on a project or I'm working for several clients, different clients, and I want to have an itemized breakdown of how many credits I used per client or project. I need some sort of like financial statement or credit statement from these AI companies saying, you know, project for this particular thing I did with AI, it cost me this many credits. I need a breakdown, and I need it to be like historically retrievable. Like, let's say a month later when I have to do the finance part of the, you know, billing or whatever. I don't see that mechanism yet where it's like an itemized cost per, you know, what I did and how many credits it cost. And I think as a consumer rights advocate, I think companies should be forced to do that if they're going to be billing us for credits for things.
I'm looking at, I just pulled up again because this is just where I know that I spend my love. I'm pulled up my lovable plan because I know that somewhere I can see, like I can see, no, sorry. Extra top of credits. Somewhere I think you can see project breakdown. No.
Well, in addition to that, I would say that I would want the interface to tell me or approximate how many credits something's going to cost me before I say yes. Like,
Yeah.
hey, the request you're about to make will cost 13 credits or 4,000 credits. Do you want to proceed? Like, I think, you know, consumers deserve these kind of protections.
Well, Frank, that's like asking you how much is it going to cost to build a ballroom or to paint a pool.
Maybe.
You know, the price is going to change.
Well, but, you know, I can go to the restaurant and see the menu and decide whether or not I like the prices too, right? I understand your point. I'm just saying.
You already know that you don't like the prices.
I'm just like, you're going to get sticker shock at the end of the month, or, you know, like, even if I just want to itemize it for my client and say, this task I undertook for you in AI costs this many credits, and I'm going to be charging you for them.
Right.
Yeah,
Right.
I can actually tell you that some of the sites that I've been looking at that are AI sites that, again, use tokens, use whatever the terminology ends up being. Right now, there are sites that I use right now that I'll actually say, if you want me to do this, it's going to cost you X tokens. So I can't see why Zoom couldn't be able to do this as well.
I think that's great. What I really think it is going to take, though, is for, you know, each region, you know, where we live, the governments have to catch up to the technology. Like, the tech bros are so far ahead, the legislation hasn't caught up for consumer rights, you know. Shouldn't be like some of the companies are doing it. They should all have to do it.
It's just about transparency. Just you're spending money. How much is this going to cost? Yeah.
Yeah, because it could get to the point too that, you know, if people are using X amount of tokens a month, it actually might be simpler to actually have, even though people go, oh, having an AI server in-house is expensive. Down the road, it actually might not be.
We're building our own.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah. We've contemplated, you know, again, not wanting to, it wouldn't be a massive LLM that we'd run, but, you know, like not a Google sized.
How
Gemini.
does one do that? How do you do your own? Obviously, you need computers, but then how do you actually get the LLM on? Is this just an API call or something? How do you do that?
No, you actually download the actual full LLM into the actual server itself, and it runs locally.
What LLMs allow you to download them and run them locally?
I know of at least a couple of dozen.
There's
different ones.
They're out there. That's what we're doing.
We're not talking about the big three. We're talking about like
yeah. Right now, the Meta ones, Llama, Gronk.
No, Gronk is a football player. Grok.
Sorry. Yes. Sorry. I might have soccer in the brain.
It's his Canadian accent that kicked in there. That's what he meant. I understood him.
Thanks.
I got you, Mike.
Thanks, Frank. That's right. See, the Canucks are sticking together just like we are in soccer today. There you go. AKA football. So yes. Yeah. So there are.
But you're not getting, I guess my point was, you're not getting Gemini, you're not getting OpenAI, you're not getting.
We're not getting a bill.
Fable. And you're not getting a bill.
Once it's built.
Right.
Yeah, we're not getting a bill, but we're not getting the latest and greatest.
Right, the flagships, yeah.
Nor are we getting the limitations that they've been put in
Right.
place by the corporates too.
And
The
we're
walled garden.
protecting our data, and we're not sharing our data with third
Right.
parties. There's a whole bunch of reasons to have your own.
And
What is
they're not learning from us either.
What does it take? What kind of maintenance do you have to do on an LLM? Do you hire someone to kind of run your LLM, or?
No,
We
again,
have a smart guy at our group who's doing this for us.
Oh, really?
Yeah, you would need the hardware, and you need a half decent server administrator.
The server rack, the special enclosure, and the graphic cards and the RAM. The graphics card and the RAM were really expensive.
Yeah.
So you're not just running Mac Minis?
No. This is a big server, like
close to what Ray is running for a desktop. You could actually, if you wanted to run a baby LLM, you could actually off of his machine. Baby LLM, which means that it's, you're not going to get it in 30 seconds or less when you ask it a question.
But let's just remember that Apple is putting an LLM on our phones, right?
Sure, they will be.
So, yeah.
But at the Apple sort of WWDC conference there, in the fine print, a lot of the things that are AI aren't going to work on a lot of older legacy equipment. Like a lot of the services they were listing were like on this new gear, like your next phone, your iPhone 18, and in the future, oh, sorry, you have an iPhone 16. You can't do every one of the things we just talked about. You can do some of them, but not all of them.
Again, this is why they're coming up with also the NPUs. Let me do that acronym right. NPUs.
Neural processing units,
yeah.
But you know what? This is probably very encouraging to the computer hardware industry, because now they have a reason to tell you to upgrade again. Because for a long time, people were saying, my M1's doing a lot. I don't need a new computer this year or next year even. Now you're going to have the FOMO of not being able to do all the AI things because your hardware is 1 year obsolete, right?
Yeah, Microsoft tried that right now. That's why they're backpedaling. But yes, the manufacturers did build some CPUs that have NPU capabilities in them, and there are some models out there. But of course, everything is outrageously expensive now.
Hey, by the way, I just found a little something. Sorry. If you go to Zoom on the web and you click on your profile picture, your AI credits are right there for you. So
Good find.
I've got 303 out of 500, and if I click on it, it doesn't give me any more information. It just gives me a pretty bar. But free trial credits, how credits work, and then if I want to upgrade.
And there's the infamous buy more fees.
But there should be a button you expand, and it gives you an itemized breakdown of where you spent your credits.
That's what I was hoping when I clicked on this. That's what I was hoping I was going to get. Yeah.
From an AI company's perspective, they don't want you to. It's just like Las Vegas. There's no clocks, and you don't know where the exit is. They don't want you to know how much you're spending, because you might slow down, right?
Right. They this sent me. Where is it? Shoot. Now I can't. Sorry. This told me to click on here. I have to figure out where I just was, because it was telling me to click on something that didn't exist. No, that's not it. Zoom AI credits. Maybe this is it. Yeah, this is it. Okay, view credit pack and prepaid commitment usage and purchase history. I know that's not what we're looking for, but I'm just sign into the Zoom web portal as an admin. In the top right corner, click your profile picture or initials, then click Admin Center. There is no admin center.
Yeah, but that says manage credit limits for users. So I get the sense that you're doing that as an admin for the users. You're managing their credits.
Understood, but I don't even have that. And I am an admin, and I have multiple users. Click on your picture, or probably click Admin Center. Click the Usage tab. So I don't know where this is. It's not.
Maybe the documentation
if it's in here.
hit the web before the tools hit the web.
Yeah. none of this stuff is in here, interestingly enough, in your settings. AI companion, but we've got paper slides and slides and sheets, but there's Canvas, but we don't have Hub or not Hub. Sorry, Mate, or anywhere to see your credits. Credits. Nope, there's nothing there. My account, credits, plans, and bills, help. No. Oh, well. Oh, wait, here. Okay, it's most definitely not where they
It
told
says
us
new,
to
so
go. Yeah, so it's ignore what it tells you to do. It's on under admin or on the left-hand side, AI credits. Let's click on
Cool.
that. All right, AI credits, Zoom Mate free trial is enabled. 500 credits, list of users who've opted into the Zoom Mate free trial in your account. It shows me for each user. Yeah, and again, what I want to do is click on that and see more information, but
there's no way to allocate credits, right? Like to say user A is getting more credits than user B or
it doesn't
something?
look like it. It doesn't look like I have any control over that. I wonder though if I upgrade, if maybe I could. With the free, it's just, everyone gets 500. Possibly if you upgrade.
And David, I've got a business account and I don't see that. So this is probably one of those things that are rolling out occasionally,
Interesting.
depending on, where you are in the
Gotcha.
number scheme.
Yeah. Okay. Huddle management is still here in beta. They still have huddle management in beta. That's funny. And so look at this. See, this is just some confusion here. So we've got your AI credits up here. And then down here, you've got AI Studio, which incidentally does not include anything that we've been talking about so far. Slide sheets, docs, Mate, none of that. This is custom agents, AI companion, custom dictionary. So again, it feels a little bit like the AI stuff is really perhaps not organized well yet.
Feels like they're building the plane while they're flying it.
A little bit. But then again, in fairness, I think everyone, when it comes to AI, is building a plane when they're flying it. I don't think anyone knows what they're doing.
I know, but just the layout of admin menus isn't rocket science.
Right. New AI productivity suite, Canvas, sheets, slides, and paper. Work smarter today, buy now. So again, sorry. This is the top of my, what do you call it? My personal thing. So here I am. Oh God, I just got rid of it. What do I do? Come back. There it is. It's not at home. It's everywhere else. New AI productivity suite, Canvas, sheet, size, and paper. But those are, and then buy now. But those are all included. There's nothing to, what am I buying?
I think when I had the meeting that I went to and I asked Zoom, they said, actually, I think I emailed their answer to me. You would get a certain amount of free tokens or whatever abilities a month, and then if you wanted, it's kind of like Zoom Clips. We have Zoom Clips available to us. I've never turned it on because you only get 2 Zoom Clips a month or 2 in total or something.
Yeah.
I didn't see the point of rolling it out and annoying people because once you've reached your 2 clips, then what do you do with it, right? Maybe this is the same thing. Like if you buy that package, you get all the things they talk about. Otherwise, you'll get a very limited functionality that you
Right. The problem with that, though, is that on the pricing page, down here, so here's the AI productivity suite, right? On the pricing page, this is a free and pro. There's a check. It's included. And then if I go over here, It's $10 a month per user for the exact same thing, AI Productivity Suite. And again, there are limitations here, right? There's no template sharing, but I don't know. It's just even so. I now have, because I'm on I happen to be a business account, although it looks like it's the same. So, oh, sorry. This is, what's that? Whiteboard. No, I don't even care about that. What am I? I'm looking at this one. So Pro and Business are the same for the AI productivity suite, right? Access to all version history, a gigabyte, advanced, 20,000 plus rows on our sheets. Wonderful. So we've got all of that. Why am I getting full suite collaboration across? There just seems to be some confusion about this. Maybe, see, here's what I think. I think that what this should say is ZoomMate. That's what I think they're selling here. Because ZoomMate is not included in your Zoom plan. But what do I know? I'm just a lowly MVP who doesn't understand anything about this. By the way, I apologize that my tiles machine isn't in here today. I have no floor. They've ripped up my floor. And so I put things back together as best I could until I get my new floor, and then I'll plug everything back in. But it's nothing less than a miracle that any of this is working, given that I had to move everything. All right. What else is going on with Zoom?
You know how Zoom releases new functionality periodically?
I do.
There's a target date. You know how they don't always release when they say they're going to release? On the 23rd, you should see 15 to 20 new things if they all launch. I can't say much else other than that. But there's a lot of stuff coming.
Well, that's exciting.
I think it's Zoom 1.0.
What do you mean 1.0?
The client will be Zoom 1.0. It'll be.
What is it now? Now we're on 7.
Oh,
you mean 7.1?
7.1. Sorry, yeah, that's what.
Okay.
Yes, that's what I meant. Sorry.
So I thought, boy, we're regressing.
Yeah.
We're going from 7 back to. Okay. Wow.
7.1.0. Yeah.
One. Yeah, that's a big one. That's great. Oh, here, here is here's the slideshow. So remember, I did the first one in ZoomMate. This is the one that I did in just Sheets. I'm sorry, Slides. Avatar feature test live review. Oops, sorry. Okay, well, actually, wow, this one's much worse, actually. Look at that. Wow, okay, so there's a real quality difference between the one that Slides did and the one that ZoomMate did.
And this one is, David, again? This one is...
This is the Slides one, the regular Slides one. There's more here. There's a lot more here. But...
Did this cost credits?
I'll have to check.
Wait, go back. I see zero value in the app. I love that as a quote.
Way to go, Dave.
Frank has a quote. The contours of your body are changing dimensions depending where it rotates.
I don't think. Oh, wow, that's very zen.
Would that be a Frankism?
You have to repeat that mantra in your next yoga class.
Boy, this one's a lot longer. This gave a lot more information, but there are real issues with the layout and the formatting.
But then you can tell it to refine and use more credits.
I guess you could, yeah. I wonder if the other thing that I created in here. Yes, it is. I think. Is this the other one? Yeah. So they're both the one that I made in ZoomMate and the one that I made here are both in Zoom slides. For some reason, the older one isn't giving me a thumbnail. I don't know why, but this is just as a reminder. This is the older one, and just the quality of it, with a couple of tiny exceptions, the quality of it is much better. But the content on the first one I thought was better.
Do you think an unethical company, AI company, would write the programming so you don't get the best output on your first attempt until you spend some more credits and refine?
Wow.
To make you use more credits and to make more profit?
It's a tough one. I don't know. So you can't see, for what it's worth. You know how on the desktop, I'm sorry, on the what do you call it? When I was in, where is it? No. When I'm in here, no, you can't see it there either. Where did I see? Where was I? Where did I see this?
I think that
My
might have been
account.
just your dashboard.
It's from my account, yeah. So from my account, this still says 303 over 500. I wonder.
What if
give
it's
that
not
away
instantaneously updating? What if you have to wait
Yeah,
24 hours for it to update or something?
right. 303 over 500. So it doesn't look there. Like, interestingly, there's no quick way to do that same thing from the app that I can see, at least. In order to do that, I have to go into ZoomMate. But see, now this is different. Look at this. Oh no, now it just updated. I had to click on it. So I started by spending 113 credits. Since then, I've spent clearly another almost 200, but it's not telling me what conversation that was from. Presumably because that conversation wasn't in ZoomMate.
Do you feel you got good value for your credits?
Well, yeah. I mean, I have no idea what I even fed it, so there's no way for me to judge it. But, I mean, it clearly knew the content of the meeting. It put it together. It's, I wonder how.
The question to ask you, Dave, is actually, if you actually had to pay for those credits, would you be getting good value for it? Because the value for free credits is, I get what I get and I can toss it and I'm not out anything.
Yeah. I feel like I can fix this. I mean, you're right. I mean, this is really a mess, this thing here. But it's certainly fixable. Okay. What else?
I'd be curious if I logged in and fed it the exact same prompts and information that you fed it, if the slides or output would be exactly identical, or would it do something different?
Well, for one thing, you mean if you used the same meeting?
Everything is identical, except it came from
sure
my
it'll be
account
different.
instead of your account.
I'm sure it'll be different, but I think if I asked it twice, it would do it differently, wouldn't it? Because because AI is making it up as it goes. I don't think it's.
So it's not reliable and repeatable. It's always, you're never going to get the same thing twice.
No, I think it is reliable. It's not repeatable. I think it is reliable. It's just going to present hopefully the correct information in different ways. I think that's what it's going to.
The computer science term for that, I believe, is heuristic, Frank.
Right.
Basically, if I feed in a set of parameters, am I always going to get the same answer out? Is 14 divided by 2 always going to retrieve 7? That's a heuristic computation.
I heard a big argument about this a couple of weeks ago. It was about deterministic and non-deterministic systems, right?
Yep.
How does that apply to AI though? I mean, yes, 14 divided by 2 is always going to equal 7, at least as far as I know. But I'm not sure does that actually apply to AI?
Well, you would hope that if two people asked a very similar question, that they would get very similar answers, whether they would be exactly the same. Because if your answer is based on your AI engine taking a look at your background and going, oh, you've asked questions about this in the past, and you look like you've got interest in this and that sort of thing. I'll ask just general, plain, everyday questions of Perplexity, and the Perplexity will go, given your interest in Zoom events and in nursing, here are some things to consider. You might not get that.
I'm not qualified to discuss this, but I think you're a fan of intelligent machines, Dave. And that's the conversation they were having. But I can't tell you which episode because I binge listen sometimes. Like I'll listen to 2 or 3 episodes in a row. I can't remember which week it was, but it was probably in the last month. And that was kind of the conversation argument they were having.
And I just looked up heuristic versus deterministic, and you're right, Frank. What you're talking about is determinism, that it will always come up with the same answer. And a heuristic measurement is how much effort do you have to put in to get it good enough. And so that really is sort of what AI is sort of guaranteeing you to some extent when you pick a model. If you want an LLM and a computation model from 2 years ago, what are you going to get? And then I can remember, just getting, pardon my language, crap answers out of AI because it didn't really know what it was doing back then. And now I get much better answers. You still have to be careful, but I know that I can rely at least that it has done the processing I expect it to do to find the data that I'm expected to see.
I feel like we talk less and less about Zoom, like the tool that we use to have meetings, and more about Zoom, the company, and their endeavors in these weekly meetings.
And the environment around Zoom too. Yeah, we do that.
Well, I really think Zoom silently transitioned to an AI company. They just happen to have web conferencing.
But that's relatively new, you think? No?
Oh, I'm sure it's been on in the boardroom of Zoom. I'm sure this has been a plan for quite. I think they took the money from the pandemic and said, the gravy train won't last forever. We're gonna transition to the future.
Really?
But that's just pure speculation on my behalf, right?
Yeah, they don't want to become the Blockbuster of video meetings.
Yeah.
And honestly, I was not as deeply involved in Zoom when the pandemic started. I had no clue what sort of other products they had at the enterprise level. Certainly Ziva, the Zoom virtual assistant, didn't exist, but did they have a call center product back then? They had phone. What sort of things did they really have for the enterprise? And I think to me, the initial shift is we can't just be about meetings and webinars. We have to get our foot into the overall communication of the companies and how companies run and how they communicate with each other and how they communicate with their customers. And that bred more products, which you see the employee side of things and the customer side of things and their big sort of figure 8 model. And now I think they've got AI sort of in the middle of that, kind of feeding both ends.
Yeah, when they changed the name of the company, I think that was a demonstration that they were shifting their intent.
When was that? How long ago was that?
18 months?
Oh, so not so long ago.
I
Not
don't
so
know.
long ago.
Like I'm trying to guess. I couldn't put a more than a year ago, maybe less than 2, something like that.
Dropped video from its corporate name on November 25th, 2024.
Yeah,
And
so
Robert-
I'm in the ballpark.
Yeah. And Robert has comments from YouTube and he's saying, all driven by stock value. Robert is saying from Poland. Hello,
Of
Robert.
course.
If Zoom was valued on its present Zoom workplace, then the value would be X. When they show the new product pipeline, the value is 3X.
Isn't it
It's
true though that it's a little bit the inverse? What isn't it? Sell on announcements, buy on something.
Sell, buy on speculation, sell on announcements.
Is that what it is?
I know what you're talking about. I probably got
Right,
it
because
wrong.
Apple's like Apple, they went down after WWDC. You know, they lost some of their market cap.
They always get punished for not, coming up with the new next iPhone, right?
Right.
Even though they're one of, if not the most valuable company on the world at certain times of the day or night.
Mm-hmm. Mr. David, did we ever talk about bonsai?
Bonsai?
Bonsai!
Bonsai!
Don't you know bonsai? Don't you know bonsai?
Bonsai?
It's in chat.
It's a chat. What do you mean it's a
I
chat?
put it in chat for you.
Oh. Hello,
Oh.
Bonsai.
What's it say
Buy on the
underneath the
rumor,
logo?
sell on the news. That's right.
That's what it is. Thank you.
No,
And what
all
does
credit
it
to
say
Ray.
underneath the logo, David?
Hello, Bonsai. Wait, I haven't opened it.
Oh,
Oh, Zoom bought this? Unified platform for service businesses. Sorry. Yeah.
Buy Zoom. Bonsai by Zoom. Don't forget to say
Oh,
buy
there
Zoom.
it is. Yep. Right up there. Thank you.
uh-huh.
Okay, so what happens here? So what do you do? So consolidate your projects, clients, and billing into one integrated, easy-to-use platform. Okay. Client management, product management, finance management. There are so many of these tools out there.
Well, okay. So is this a Salesforce for medium-sized businesses?
If you see me nodding, the answer is yes.
Here's what I want to say about this. I don't quite understand, given where we are in the world and what each of us has the capacity to create with artificial intelligence, why you would buy into a system like this anymore.
Oh,
You don't go to too many corporate meetings, do you, where you have to appease managers and higher ups, right?
No, I guess I don't. So in my tiny little world, right, we have been paying for basically school management CRM software for years. And finally I said, this is not giving us exactly what we need. So we've been making our own, and it's cheaper now. It's going to save us money in the long run. Why not create your own tool?
Because many employers are diverse and have multiple objectives, and they don't have enough in-house expertise to pull this off elegantly.
No, that's true. Right.
and there are lots of tools out there that do way more than you need, David. And in those particular cases, it makes good sense for you to develop your own tool.
Right.
I have both a CRM system. I don't use anybody's expensive stuff. I use Fresh Sales, and I pile everything in there, and I get everything there. I have QuickBooks QBO, which does all of my customer invoicing and all of my project planning and all of my estimates and all of that sort of stuff. I would dearly love to have a system that would allow me to also do project planning and all of that, and all in one system.
Bonsai!
Yeah, apparently that's the battle cry.
I also think, Dave, a lot of companies like to have customer support when something goes wrong. And you don't know how to fix it. It's nice to say, "Hey, your stuff's not working right now." Because when you make it yourself, then you have to go, "Hey, why isn't this working? I don't know. I made it, and I don't even know how it
but I'll
works."
tell you that, and you know, again, with the caveat that this thing that I've built is not, you know, it's not brain surgery here, but it's quite. I mean, there's a lot to it. The difference is if there's a problem with the software and I'm paying someone, I have to write them. I then have to wait on their timetable to get it fixed. With me, honest to goodness, because we just launched this week, I have my phone with me, and someone tells me there's a problem. I take a screenshot, I recreate the problem, I put it in, and it fixes it.
Yeah. And in Robert just made the perfect comment before you said what you just said, which was David, because your in-house tool is dependent on David and
No,
not on an agreement with an external company.
Right.
What happens if David goes on vacation to Israel and there's a problem back at the home base and they can't get a hold of David?
Then they just have to suck it up.
Oh, 17 kids didn't get their food today. What's your problem, man? You're now you're on call support duty 24/7 for the rest of your life.
I probably should have thought about that before I built this, but I didn't. No, I understand. I guess my point was just that there's so much more that we can do nowadays, and it's
No,
maybe
you're right.
maybe the happy medium where we should fall is a company that creates modular systems that people can co-create. You know, kind of the company gives you the foundation, gives you the beginning point and all the tools, and then allows you to create within that, so that you still get that security, you still get the support, but you're able to create what you want.
Yeah. When's your IPO? You and SpaceX, you guys can fight it out for world domination. You can be the next trillionaire.
They just did that today, didn't they?
You can be the next trillionaire, David.
They did. They definitely did that this week. Yes. And we got all kinds of people laughing at us from YouTube because of the last comments we just made.
What was their IPO? What was the number? Do you know? I don't remember.
Before it happened, because I didn't pay attention, but there was speculation that His Majesty might become a trillionaire.
I also heard, though, that in the process, he made hundreds of millionaires, apparently.
Yeah, it's SpaceX, yeah. Because they probably got stock options when they...
Right.
Yeah.
Which is kind of amazing to wake up one day and then go to sleep and now you're a millionaire.
Yeah, but they had to put up with Elon Musk for how many years to become millionaires? Is it worth it? I don't know.
Fair enough. Yeah.
All of a sudden, my internet cuts off.
Yeah, and if all of a sudden the satellite disappeared.
Yeah, it's funny how that happened in Ukraine. Eh? Anyways, there were no politics on Zoom Test Kitchen.
Right. But yes, the official answer is yes, he is officially on paper a trillionaire as of
he is.
Thursday.
Him and Mr. Beast can hang out. They're both, doing amazing things.
Wow.
I feel like a black van's going to start following me later today.
Yeah, we're all in trouble now.
Jokes, all jokes.
All jokes, and people are laughing in YouTube, so we're getting all kinds of joke emojis flying all over the place.
Zoom Test Kitchen Comedy Hour.
Was there anything in Apple's announcement that you think is going to affect Zoom?
I'm sorry, is this the Apple Test Kitchen?
No, affect Zoom.
Oh, sorry. I don't know. I think Apple's whole approach to AI, if it ever comes to fruition, may have impacts on lots of AI companies. The on-device model is not here yet, but if they ever pull it off, I think that would be a huge thing.
Yeah.
I'd much rather have my AI model on my device with me at all times that wasn't beholding to,
Do we know what Zoom is using? What behind the scenes? What foundation model?
I think we talked about this
Yeah, we did. I
3
just
weeks
don't
ago.
remember.
They have their own and they use other people's.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, we got that confirmed this week.
Oh, did we? Okay.
Mhm.
What is that acronym, 3-letter acronym that means that AI companies can interoperate the different AIs? Zoom uses that too. Is it MCU or something like? I can't remember what it is. But
Oh yeah, MCU, I think. Yep. Hmm. What else is there, Mike? Anything exciting?
What else is there? I got prompted earlier today for our friend, since we're talking about, is there any improvements from Mac? There is an improvement that magically came down the pipe that I got sent to me during our infamous Windows update. And if anybody knows what I mean by Windows update, you know what I mean.
that was cryptic. What if I don't know what you mean?
Okay. It means that for the Mac people in the room, it means that Microsoft in the background will decide if they want to download and upload things to your machine. And it happens wonderfully, unless you've disabled it like I have for all our machines corporate wide.
You mean
to
ads
have
or
things-
other things?
For things to automatically download and install and then say, you have to reboot the machine now, please. I've prevented that for the most part. So today, one came down the pipe that is kind of interesting, and I did a little digging in it, and I'm purposely not installing it until I have more room to play with it because it supposedly affects Zoom. And of course, they said it really affects Teams, but I did more digging, and it actually affects anything related to video conferencing equipment, well, video conference software. Let's put it that way. And it is a modification to the audio driver. Now, if you've been with Zoom Test Kitchen before, you've heard all of our woes when it came to AI all of a sudden sticking its nose into audio related things. And from the Microsoft end, this is talking about Windows 11 more specifically. And all these different things that Microsoft wanted to do to get your experience a lot better. Again, in your video conferencing software, aka Teams, more for them. But again, of course, anything they improve audio-wise, of course, will be transferable to all the different platforms, including Zoom. So right now there is an audio driver in the wild.
You're giving me Dr. Evil vibes.
Again, it's all terminology that it's flying out there. So it is what it is. So it's in the wild without the quotes, even though it is. That this audio driver is now available out there. I haven't tested it. It doesn't affect anyone that has equipment, aka so because I'm using the Blackmagic and it's my webcam. Even though it's not my webcam, but Windows says it is. It doesn't affect that unit, but it will affect any potential product that you are connecting via USB after you've done this audio driver update.
I did hear about this in a non-related thing. You know what
Okay.
Focusrite audio interfaces are?
Yeah.
There were some people saying it messed with their Focusrites because it changed the drivers. I think the Windows ASIO drivers or whatever changed and they had to reset all their settings or something.
Yeah. So this may be affecting the Blackmagic units are not affected. I did do digging on that, but Frank's right that potentially depending on how they utilize the Windows operating system driver when it comes to plugging in the USB will depend on if they actually use this new version of this driver or not. And Blackmagic does not.
I think it was could be wrong. I think it was USB-C, but I don't know for sure.
Yeah.
Whatever.
Yeah.
So it
Again,
uses the USB bus, right?
yeah. Again, it's anything USB A, B, C. It affects, and basically it's going right after the actual USB processor / USB bus.
Yeah.
On your PC. That it's actually changing that driver. For the if there's anything that's plugged in that's audio based off of that USB, then yes, it will be affected. Not video, as far as I saw, it's strictly audio.
So I was in the Zoom community forum here and there over the last couple of days. I didn't see a lot of people complaining that their audio was messed up in Zoom. And there's lots of Zoom Windows users, right?
Yeah. And again, it did literally come out for me. My machine happened to check at 1:00 this afternoon Eastern, and that's when it actually said that this was available for my machine. So again, I don't know how new this is, but my machine, as the good old Windows world does, it doesn't send it to everyone all at once. It does a slow rollout, very similar to like Zoom. So I guess I must be in the next bunch that ended up getting sent that out. So I'm currently not running it on purpose because I didn't want things to break before the show.
That explains why we had trouble streaming today, right?
I don't know, David. Over to you.
That's exactly what I was going to say. Yeah. Is this a very slow week, or is it just me?
I think because we mostly focus on Zoom meetings and Zoom webinars, and we don't talk about all the other products all the time. I think the next time we'll have lots to talk about is after June 23rd, whatever
Right.
show we do, whatever that's probably a Monday. That's usually when Zoom drops their big updates, but
Yep.
Yeah, lately it's only been, David, the Zoom Mate and the recording studio.
from a marketing PR aspect, I wonder how much control Zoom has internally about, we've got to make space for Zoom Mate this week, so we're not going to do anything for Zoom other products because we want the decks clear for the attention to focus on the thing we're trying to highlight this week. I wonder how they approach that sort of thing.
I think there's probably also internal bandwidth. What can they? There's only so much that.
I think big companies usually have pretty comprehensive marketing approaches, though. Like, okay, this week's blocked off for this tool to get prominence,
Right.
I don't know. I don't do that for a living, so can't say for certain. But
Ray, did you want to jump in?
I don't know. I had a fleeting thought that went through my head about marketing and it certainly sounds reasonable to like clear the table and let's just put Zoom Mate out on the front. The other thing that, when you talk to your Zoomy friends and so forth, they will all tell you that there's been staffing changes and personnel changes, and they, laid off some people and they brought some more people on. And, so obviously they're making some internal pushes in some directions, and some of the stuff that maybe they were doing, they're starting to take a little bit of the pressure off because they don't feel like it's needs to go anywhere. So
I just want to point out that Ray just used some really internal Zoom language. They call themselves Zoomies if you work at Zoom.
Yes.
I don't think everyone would know that who isn't as obsessed with Zoom as we are.
Yeah. Yep.
Does anyone know where the release notes for Sheets, Slides, and the other stuff?
I just want to make so
is?
many jokes about that name, man.
But what?
Zoom Sheets.
Oh,
Most of us don't give
Yep.
two sheets.
Yeah.
The reason I'm asking is because I always get my news from the Zoom Workplace app. Sorry, from the release notes for the Zoom Workplace app. But they've slowly been whittling that down and, moving chat to its own place, moving web to its own place.
Zoom has a blog. I go to their blog quite often, and they'll highlight what they think is important this week that they're trying to draw attention to. And there's lots of different stories on the Zoom blog. Something for everyone.
Like there's May 28th, they had a big release for the web. Not big, shouldn't say that, but because it's all in different places.
There's the link for Zoom Sheets.
And I also put the link in for the blog too.
Yeah, if people watching, it's just blog.zoom.us. You can get there. So release notes for Zoom Sheets. So this is its own separate thing.
Yeah, and this is the only thing. June 1st, Zoom Sheets.
Right.
Yeah, okay.
So how do you how do I what's it called? Sign up to get these?
Subscribe.
You have to be logged in, and you click the subscribe button just underneath the release notes.
Okay, so let me go back because release notes. So I am. Oh, there it is. Okay, so Zoom Sheets, great. Subscribe to that. Okay. What I'd really like to do though is manage my subscription. There's got to be a manage my subscriptions somewhere.
There is somewhere. I know it exists. I don't know where it is, but I know it exists.
Zoom Sheets home.
Try this link I'm about to drop in. And that should give you a list of all of the release notes, and you can do a show all products, and it'll give you a red bell beside the ones that you are subscribed to and a white bell besides the ones you are not subscribed to.
Oh, look at this. Okay. Yes. I don't really care about that, but okay. Show all oh, there we go. But see, I am subscribed. Okay. Sheets, slides, paper. Let's do Canvas. Yeah, sure. My notes. Okay. This is fun. Hold on a second. Controversial. I don't need any of that stuff. Events, I'll do webinars plus. I'll do clips.
David, show us what you're doing.
Oh God, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. Yeah, so here we go. Thank you. This is a great link. Thank you. So it's in Zoom support, home release notes. And you can just click on the little bell here. All right, I'll do AI Companion.
They should put the people who are terminated or laid off on here. Hey, here's your release note. Tune in every Monday to see if you still have a job.
Only show products in my plan. Well, that's helpful. Why do I have no products? Oh, here they are. Really? These are not the only products.
Click on the show all products. Like this is why we need 7 shows because it's ridiculous.
Yeah, but I had some of these are not in my. I think when I say show only products in my plan, I have more products than that. So I don't quite like. I have Zoom Webinar Plus. I've got clips. I've got hub events. I don't know why. Rooms for webinars, video management. Okay.
What about Bonsai? Is Bonsai in there?
Yeah, Bonsai's not in here.
No Bonsai.
No Bonsai. See, like I have schedule. I don't really care about that though. Scheduler, whiteboard.
Zoom Huddle Spot. What's it called?
12 release notes subscriptions. There we go. Additional release notes. Look at that. Node, slides, Vision OS.
David, I think you were looking for sheets. Were you looking for sheets? It's in the list there. No, scroll down. Scroll down.
Here. I got it.
Oh,
right
okay.
Here. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Because they actually had it in that list you were just showing.
Yeah, some of them are in this list. I don't really know why. Slides is in here. I don't really understand why.
Sheets is in there. Yeah. Over on the right there, right beside the Mac OS one. The sheets.
Yep.
There you
go.
On
Okay, so
Zoom.
now wait, preview notes. Okay, so meetings and webinars.
You're not supposed to show this publicly.
I'm not?
Well, don't show the preview notes publicly.
Really? I didn't even know I had.
Read the fine print there, David.
Oh, hold on. I have to read the fine print. I don't even know what I'm.
David underestimates his access every once in a while.
Apparently, being an MVP
be hard to host the Zoom test kitchen every week if they canceled all your Zoom accounts, right?
I didn't know. Okay, sorry, everyone.
Yes, David every once in a while has to join us. Everybody, that there's certain things that we have to keep quiet about.
You know what I just realized? I can now see what Frank sees.
Yes,
at least part of it.
Yeah.
And you were going to keep this a secret from me.
Well, he's supposed to keep it a secret from everybody. Is the official answer.
Oh crap! Wait, I lost.
You didn't flash me the secret Zoom handshake symbols, so I don't know if
Oh,
you're
is
part
that
of the
what it
club
was?
or not, right?
Wait, now I lost it. Where the heck do I? Hold on.
We need a secret Zoom handshake.
For all the community member, for all the community champions and the MVPs, yes.
All right, I'm going to save this. Move to group.
Oh, I think Canada scored.
Wait. Ooh. Okay.
Frank, the answer is no, but okay.
My friend just texted me goal.
Banzai! I need to not look at this stuff because I don't know how to shut up. That's my problem.
Right. You have to be careful. Yes.
Yeah.
There are certain things that we know about that we shouldn't be saying. Yes.
Sorry, I'm closing the window. Don't worry, it's gone.
Good catch, by the way, champions. I didn't even catch that ahead of time to even block him from video.
Well, and I've asked the question, is it okay for me as community champion to go, look, if you have an account and have access, the preview notes are something that you would probably want to look at now and then. Maybe not for everybody, but if you're a big Zoom Events user, you should certainly look at them, I think. As long as I don't share what's in the preview notes, is that okay? And that sort of went into the Zoom community space. We're going to go find out for you. And I never really got an answer. So I'm telling people, if you've got access to the preview notes, log into your Zoom account, go to the release notes page. And if that preview notes tab comes up, take a look at it.
How should people know? Like, how would people know if they have access to it other than going and looking? I guess what I'm saying is who?
Well, they wouldn't. They wouldn't.
Most people,
but
most
who gets
people
access? Won't. Is it a certain type of plan that you have, or?
I believe it has to be a paid plan and that you have to be the owner. That's my understanding, either an owner or an admin. I think that's the criteria, but
that's it.
Or if you have a Zoom rep and your account's sufficient, that your account rep could sign you up.
Who controls it? I don't know.
People,
but it's not. You don't have to be like a special person. It's.
Well, of course you have to be special. You have to be a Zoom user that uses a lot of Zoom.
Gotcha.
Or talks about it on a weekly basis.
Gotcha. Like
you
us.
don't have to have your own show, but you have to go on a show.
Oh, okay.
I wonder if there are other equivalents to the Zoom Test Kitchen around the world. Like, is there some guy in Spain right now talking about, well, it's late at night there, but you know what I mean? Like, I wonder if there's people having these kind of shows in other countries and other languages.
There have to be.
We can't be the only weirdos.
Yeah.
I was going to say not in other languages, but John and I have ours every Tuesday that we get very specific with Zoom. Right. But yes, but not like Zoom Test Kitchen. No. we're very specific on different topics every week.
All hail Jeff.
All hail Jeff. Which Jeff?
Our,
Jeff,
our
our
founder.
Jeff that started, our founder, Jeff. Yes. Sorry, I have the new Jeff. I thought you were talking about the new Jeff that we met this week.
We met a new Jeff? I didn't meet a new Jeff.
You didn't have a chance to make it to the community chat.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, I was in another meeting. Those things are so poorly timed. Like, just in my life, they never work out. I just read the slides later.
But you would have had a lot of questions for that, Jeff, Frank, guaranteed, as Mr. Ray did.
Yeah, I did mention Jeff Harling, who is responsible for a lot of things. The community, which Alexis is primarily responsible for. He's also responsible for the documentation guys. He's not responsible directly for support, but I think it's called all digital content. So the Learning Center and those sorts of things all come under Jeff.
The Learning Center was down for
amount.
a day. It had a lot of problems. Yesterday, I think it was. Day before. I like the Learning Center.
Tremendous amount of content that he's responsible for.
I'm sure he's well rewarded.
Yes. By the way, your camera today is very fuzzy, Frank.
It's because I don't have it's. I know you're gonna laugh because you're somewhere where it's always hot. It's 86 degrees. I'm trying to keep my lights off because it's hot here. For me, for a Canadian, I find that hot.
That's hot. Fair enough.
I don't even see what 86 centigrade translates into.
No, Fahrenheit. Freedom units. But it's also Eastern Ontario is very humid, so we've got the heat and the humidity.
Yeah, very true, very true. And the actual level where they're performing FIFA right now, the soccer match, aka football match right now, yeah, it's in the mid 80s Fahrenheit right now, and that's again very humid.
I offered to let them play in December, but they didn't want to for some reason.
I know they didn't want to come with snow.
You all know that we have a big game on Saturday night here too.
Yes.
Yeah.
What big game?
The Knicks.
Oh.
Basketball.
It doesn't have have ice and a stick. I don't care.
It does.
Well, see, that's hilarious because I actually thought that David was promoting that he's having a FIFA match in Miami because he lives in Florida. But
Are
he
we having
decided
a
to
FIFA
promote
match in
the
Miami?
New York.
Are we?
He decided to promote the New York.
Wait,
Knicks.
Is there a game in Miami? I don't even know.
Yes, you guys actually are having FIFA in Miami too. Yes.
Well, I don't watch football. So the Knicks are in the play. They have one more game. They could win it. Break the curse. All right, Mike. It's time for the thing.
For the thing? Everybody's ready for the thingy? All right, here comes the thingy. Look out. There it is.
Born ready for the thingy.
Yeah, there's the thingy. All right. If you have any questions on YouTube, let us know in chat. And I will relay it to all our Zoom champions. Oh, I'm getting all kinds of fireworks and everything going off. All right.
Oh, our MVPs. Frank, you're an MVP, aren't you?
I used to be. I don't know if once you become one, do you stay one? I don't know.
You know what? In my heart, Frank, you'll always be an MVP.
Manipulating vulnerable people.
That might be true. That might be very true. All right. So, all right. Oh, hello, Tatiana from YouTube. How are you? Hello. She says, hello. If you have any questions, let us know in chat and we'll answer them Zoom related and preferably Zoom and Zoom production related as well. Go ahead, Mr.
And for a special bonus, Mike will read your tea leaves and predict your future.
Oh, absolutely not. Because I tried to do that for the Canadian game right now and Frank was misled by the current score. So that's okay.
I don't know.
He must be watching. That friend of yours must be watching a different soccer match.
All right. Well, I don't know. Now I'm going to find it.
So let us know in chat.
It is currently 1-1.
Really?
Yes. At 88 minutes, they'll probably have extra time, right?
Ah, okay. I'm officially behind, so I haven't seen it yet. Would be the official answer. All right. Tatiana asks, "What are your top 2 Zoom features that you like?" Tatiana would like everybody to know.
I would ask Tatiana if she means in Zoom Workplace or something else, because there's lots of Zoom, but I'm assuming she means like in a Zoom meeting. I would guess that's what she means.
I would guess yes, unless she's actually meaning all the different products. But that let's start with meeting first.
Oh, that's a hard question. What
tell you
if
the
they
one I
got
like
rid
the
of something? What would you freak out about?
Yeah. Yeah.
That's a better question, actually. I like that. That's a good question too. Go ahead, Ray.
Yeah. I like the My Notes feature, the fact that it comes in, gives you a transcript, gives you a summary, not just of your own meetings, but of meetings that you attend, assuming that the other company or person has not disenabled it. I get a summary and I can go back and look at the general, conversation if I need to days later and go, now what did she say about this and that? I've enjoyed doing that to my own meetings, but now that it's been expanded to do it to other meetings, and it's very interesting. I have to point out, my family gets together every night, a couple of us, maybe 3 of us, and plays games on Steam. And the other night we got together to play some golf with your friends on Steam, and we used Discord to basically chat with each other because we're all in different rooms. And Zoom Workplace popped up and said, "Would you like me to generate a transcript and a summary when you're done?" And I let it go for a little while. It'll do other things. So yeah, it's kind of cool.
All right.
That was a good answer. I get paid to use Steam at work about 5 days of the week.
Nice.
Okay. All right. Robert actually is piping in from Poland saying the admin tools, and of course, don't look who are on the panel. Take a guess of which one Robert would be very upset if they got rid of that feature.
Simultaneous translation.
Close. Simultaneous
captions.
Simultaneous interpretation. Yes. He would be very upset if they got rid of that feature. Yes. We totally agree why, Robert. We would understand that entirely, that you would definitely do that. And she did mean, yes, she was talking about regular Zoom meetings when she asked, guys.
I think the host tools, if you're hosting the meeting, the host tools are super useful and needed. Without those, it'd be chaos, right?
Yeah. Yeah, the host tools within the meeting, and I think Robert was meaning the admin tools, meaning the actual administrative.
Yeah, I
section in the
use
GUI,
the Zoom admin tools every day for my job, and I like them. I mean, there's some things I don't like about them. Mostly, I like them.
Right.
I do think they need to maybe rebalance how they've laid out some of the menus. It's getting a little crazy in there right now.
Yes. Yeah, that's fair. Yeah.
Some of the AI stuff, like there's AI Studio, and then some of the AI tools don't live inside of AI Studio. I'd love to hear the internal conversations of why they made those particular decisions.
Yeah, that's fair.
And I think it's just growth, and that they haven't got everything all buttoned up, so to speak, the way that they probably would. Zoom, I think we all kind of agree. Zoom is like, let's throw it together and put it out there and see what happens, and we can fix things in another iteration, as opposed to, let's wait another 6 months before we launch it because it's not perfect yet. A buddy of mine that was a consultant to a company that I worked with basically said there comes a time where you have to just basically fire the engineers and launch the product. I think that would be my view of why things are not as buttoned up as they would like.
Speaking,
but I do go ahead.
to that point, I would say that, quite often as a Zoom community champion, I see a lot of complaints when Zoom keeps changing the interface. And Zoom's never been afraid to change the interfaces. That's the one thing you have to say, whether you like it or not, they'll do it.
And they let you change your own interface now. You can move menus around, and then you can't ever really show my screen, and people go, well, I don't have that thing there. And
so as an admin,
reset.
you can determine if they hit the reset button, what the layout will be if they hit the reset button. So you could at least have a corporate wide approach and say, okay, just hit reset. At least I'll know what your configuration is if you hit reset.
Yeah.
Yes,
So
and again, we always take advantage of that. Frank also has the enterprise edition too, so that is definitely not in pro. Let's put it that way.
Yeah, I've got the business account with 2 users, and they're both me. So,
right.
But I do want to go back to Tatiana's question.
Sure, sure.
And I had to, I don't know, take off my Zoom community champion MVP hat and shirt and attire, and think back to something that you said, Mike, is what would you be upset with if they got rid of it?
Right.
Screen sharing. I think if we couldn't have screen sharing, as much as I love you guys, I don't just want to be looking at your faces all day long.
How could you have a business meeting without sharing like your PowerPoint slides and your graphs and like
exactly?
It wouldn't be
That's
worth
my
meeting.
point, Frank.
Yeah,
that's
for
my
sure.
point.
No, I'm agreeing with you.
Yeah.
So I guess in that regards, I guess it would be a feature officially, unless you are meaning above and beyond the standard. I don't know what a standard feature would be in a video conferencing piece of software nowadays, but unless you meant something above and beyond that.
I like file sharing in the chat.
Yeah.
I'm actually not minding the continuous chat too, where it brings that person in if you've already got them in your team chat. I do like that. Yeah. So if there's certain notes that John and I are talking about in our meetings and such, that it constantly follows us from the meeting back to our team chat.
Takes some getting used to, but I do like it.
Yeah.
I was in a Google Meet meeting this week with a vendor, and I hate Google Meet.
Yeah,
I get the appeal if you just want something that's easy and whatever, but it's just so limiting.
Oh yeah. I wanted to say all kinds of different things, but it's like, it's just so inferior to Zoom. What can I tell you? It's there, it's functional.
Oh, millions and millions of people are using it. I mean, it's just, I don't know. I think it's also what you're used to.
You guys that might have used old Skype before, did Skype have screen sharing? Could you screen share with Skype, or was it just face to face?
That's a good question.
I don't remember screen sharing with Skype.
Yeah, I don't remember it either.
There were 2 Skypes though. There was Skype Pro, like for businesses, and there was regular Skype, right?
Yeah, there was
actually Skype broadcast too.
Yes.
Yeah.
Which is
so. I mean, you were asking Mike, what would Zoom be without screen sharing, and it would be old Skype.
Yeah, it would be.
It'd be FaceTime.
It would.
Yeah, 2 people. Yeah.
Yeah, FaceTime is fair. Yeah, FaceTime is fair. Or what Skype used to be before it got integrated into Teams. Yeah.
But I think FaceTime's awesome. Like, you want to talk to grandma, and she picks up her phone, and you're seeing her and talking to her, and that's all it needs to do,
And it's actually interesting. I've got a Rio Link doorbell phone, and when someone presses the doorbell, my phone lets me know there's somebody there, and I can tap a button and FaceTime with my doorbell and talk to the person and go, I'm sorry, but I'm not coming to the door for you, or yes, I'll be right there in a minute, and that sort of thing.
Excuse me, don't bother me. I'm having a deep conversation with my doorbell right now.
That's right.
Ah,
Hilarious, guys. Yeah, I love it. So Robert actually says, and this is going back to the infamous launching a product when it's good enough. And that will depend on your, depending on the company where Ray was mentioning, fire the developers and set the product loose scenario. Yeah. Robert was saying definitely don't have perfectionists working at Zoom.
so my understanding, and I could be wrong, but my understanding is Zoom works in sprints, like most development teams do. So when you get to the end of the sprint, you have to move on to new sprints, right? Like you only get a
Yeah.
certain amount of time for the sprint, right?
Yeah. Yeah. So sprint, just for everybody's sake, define that for everybody, Frank. Sprint.
Oh, it's an approach to doing projects where you're given a timeline, everyone focuses on that sort of objectives of that project, and then your company or your internal culture decides how long a sprint should be. But let's say a sprint is 3 weeks or a month or whatever. You go hard on that set of objectives, and then when the sprint is over, you move on to new objectives. Would you say I'd explain that well enough? I don't know.
Yeah. Yeah. And again, the only variation would be that not necessarily would you be working on the same thing past that sprint too. You
Yeah,
might be working on
move on
something
to some
totally
other
different.
new thing. Yeah.
Yeah. So it might not be that you're now modifying that feature to do additional things. It might be that this team now is not on that feature at all anymore. And that goes on to a different team that now takes over that feature
To do
internally.
bug patching and stuff. Yeah.
To do bug patching, to
So when
improve
people
it,
put
to-
feature requests in at Zoom, like Zoom gets so many millions of feature requests, I'm sure every month, and they probably have some internal way to triage that and go, oh, these are good ideas. We'll put them on the list. But how many people also want this feature? 1 or 1 million? If it's 1 million people, they're probably going to make that higher up on the sprint list than something 3 people want because they're annoyed about something very esoteric or whatever, right?
Yep, absolutely. Yeah. And again, we've, because of the position that all three of us are in, we already know that that is sort of the culture at Zoom, is that there has to be good enough business case to make sure that, this feature is actually worth spending man hours on.
And Zoom is not unique in this, but Zoom, if you put in a feature request to Zoom and you don't explain the business case, it's less likely that you'll get any traction.
Yeah.
Yeah. And it'll get thrown away. Yeah. Go ahead, Ray.
Yeah. My advice to anybody wanting to put in a feature request, and if you don't know how to put in a feature request, currently now you can only do it from the Workplace app. You have to go in there and go into the help area and provide feedback. You actually can't make a feature request. It's called feedback. My preference is to take a Word document and type to your heart's content. Here's what I like. Here's the reason that I like it. Here's what it doesn't do for me. Here's what I think it'll do for me. And here's what I think it will do for the people that work with me on Zoom products and that sort of thing. And because the little teeny box, I mean, it's a little itty bitty window for typing in, but it'll take 50,000 characters. You're not going to type it all in there. And if it crashes and you lose it, you're done. Put it all in a Word document and then copy paste it out of the Word document in there and put it in. And I know that I've heard from people who say, Zoomies again. When we get those really good business cases that come in, and we do some by hand, we do a lot with AI to kind of go out and see, are there other things that are very similar to this one that came in? And the more that come in, they get clumped together. And as Frank said, they bubble up to the top if there's a lot of people asking for the same relative thing.
Yeah, my Zoom TAM gave me the Zoom template. Like there's an actual template for feature requests with the business case and a whole bunch of information you have to provide.
Yeah, that's actually was out there on the Zoom community where you could make a feature request. And I think that area got squashed.
People are really bad at making feature requests. They probably haven't done it a lot in their lives, and they just don't give the required information.
Yeah.
Or they have a complaint and they don't know how to express the complaint correctly. It's broken.
Well,
okay, it's broken. What's that mean,
Yeah. And it's like, People write me and go, I've got this issue. Okay, well, you've got the issue, but are you on a Mac? Are you on a PC? Are you in a meeting? Are you in a webinar? Are you on the web? And yeah, this menu doesn't work. Okay, show me a screenshot. Give me something. And a lot of people, I think, go into that feedback area and just go, like you said, Frank, it's broken. Well,
Not much you can do with that.
Please.
Yeah.
It's like sitting on the side of the road, with your cell phone going, my car's, broken down. Well, what's wrong with it? Oh, I have a flat tire. I'm out of gas. The muffler just fell out. I don't know. You need to give some more information.
Yeah. And that's very fair to make sure that, yes, if you do have an idea, that you give as much information, and you'll go, why am I doing their job for them? Well, you want the feature. So for you to put in a little bit of time and effort, you never know, you might get that feature done magically in that next release. And Robert also says, I love the ability. So this is going back to Tatiana. I love the ability to manage a Zoom meeting using BitFocus Companion.
Absolutely.
All thumbs up. Absolutely. Yes. Yes. So either using the Elgato way of doing it through the Stream Deck software, or if you're doing like I've been doing, using BitFocus Companion in conjunction with BitFocus. I keep forgetting that name.
Buttons.
BitFocus Listener.
Oh, Listener. I thought you were going to talk about buttons.
Oh, buttons, the bigger product. We can talk about that here in a second. But yeah, so in conjunction, I'm using BitFocus Listener to actually listen for the listener. Actually sends all the keystrokes to Zoom Workplace app for me by just hitting the one button on the Stream Deck instead of using the Elgato Stream Deck integration. But yes, when it comes to BitFocus buttons, that is more the pro end of the BitFocus Companion software, and it is a paid version of the software. And also, the reason that it actually got developed was in conjunction with Elgato as well, them actually making a 19-inch rack mountable Stream Deck model. So that was the reasoning for the collaboration between Elgato and BitFocus when it came to making the buttons product.
That's corporate pro AV broadcasting kind of people, not regulars.
And on top of that, right. And on top of that too, if you want more protection on the actual, so that only certain people can touch certain buttons, because this Stream Deck rack mountable unit is off and not being watched, and can be touched by anybody. So you could actually have it security card protected and such, so that you can give that certain person that's only allowed to touch certain buttons to actually do certain things. But
roles and privileges.
Roles and privileges, correct. Within the actual, and again, you can't do that in BitFocus Companion, but you can do that in BitFocus buttons. All right, cool.
We should play Zoom trivia sometime.
Yeah, so trivia. So the quick trivia is it's a 1-1 tie in full time for everybody.
Oh, is it still?
Yeah, no, they're finished now.
They're not gonna do extra time, or
they did already.
Kicks or something?
Nope. Stayed 1-1.
Wow.
Yeah. So that was our quick little Canadian football update for everybody on YouTube watching us. And they're getting ready for the US game happening this evening, coming from Los Angeles, I believe.
Los Angeles.
Cool. All right, let's throw that up here again one more time for everybody. If you have any questions for us here, there's Ray, Frank, and I. We're still here. And if you have any questions for us, let us know in chat, and we will do our best to try to answer them for you.
I don't know, but our best, that's overselling it.
Do our best? We always do our best, Frank. Don't we always do our best?
I was never a Boy Scout, so I don't know.
Oh, good point. Oh, and Robert says, I prefer to give a Stream Deck I prefer to give a Stream Deck with a fixed number of buttons that than the next operator co-host role. Okay, that's definitely BitFocus Companion related, what Robert's talking about there.
If you had like a client sitting at a desk and you didn't want them to mess up the show, you might just give them a certain amount of buttons on the Stream Deck that do anything.
Right. Yes. So you'd give them so you would lock them probably down to a certain page. You could actually probably do that, actually have that Stream Deck do it on a certain page and only have certain things on that certain page for them. Yeah, that I think can be done. I haven't done it myself, but I think that can be done. BitFocus opinion. Oh, thank you, Frank. Yeah, Robert's saying thank you, Frank. There you go. Yeah. There you go, Frank. Robert loves you again. Okay, that's good.
We're on the same wavelength.
Same wavelength. Yes. Mr. Adelson, you have a question, sir? As you popped on.
Well, it's just feeling the pain in Canada. We're having a heat wave here also. I had to turn on a fan and cool off my office so I could comfortably sit here.
Ah, and got a very purple background too. That's cool.
Yeah, I don't know whether I should change that. You guys should give me feedback if you want. It just happened to be what I had dialed in for another event. So is there a better color you think for me?
I think you're getting a little wash on your face.
From the purple?
Yeah.
It could be.
Just a little spill, whatever you want to call it.
It depends on where you've actually got the light situated.
Oh,
John?
My key light is off now, and boy, do I look like a horror picture movie.
Voodoo.
Dun, dun.
So
Do you guys use scopes? Any scopes when you're setting up?
I tried
Zoom
to.
shot?
I've got the scope app on my iPhone, but I don't have it connected here. We could see what it's like without it.
Okay.
Welcome to the gray zone.
You're less pink.
So yeah, so Frank, what you're basically saying, it was spilling a bit on him, right?
I think so.
Yeah, I'm gonna have
Yeah.
to move that light.
I'm not saying you
John-
look like a Teletubby or anything, but
Okay, hold on. I can do something here that I realize I knocked that.
Teletubby. Nobody. I wonder how long it's been since Teletubbies have been on TV.
I think they're
Showing my age.
still on somewhere. Okay.
Oh,
Oops.
everything's on somewhere.
Wrong switch.
Oh, I saw that. You're gonna get us taken down, man.
Not when you spotlight Mr. Idelson when he's doing things.
Oh, okay. Smart.
So, right, I don't do things very often.
No,
Okay.
yeah. The only other thought would be, if you had some sort of, and again, this is what we do in the production world, is barn door.
That's what I just did. I just
on.
did the barn door. So if I
Okay.
You could
could
flag
take
it.
Oh, I know. I got my other lights on by mistake. Hold on.
All right. He's definitely got a lot of things in the background though that are definitely intriguing. Are they distracting though, guys? That's a question.
Adds ambiance.
Oh. And as we talk, the actual audio meters move. Look at that.
Yeah. So it's not as distracting when it's a tight shot because it doesn't show up.
What's that in your hand? Is that a prop?
It's a medicine
Oh,
bottle, which I empty and then I use to put small parts in.
yes.
The old,
Yeah.
here's the adapter. Oh, and I could do my close-up, see how well it works.
And that was quick.
Yeah, so it's got what would be a normal microphone connector. And then this one I think is the 1/4 inch plug.
Quarter 20, yeah.
Yeah, and I think the other one The other one's a quarter 22. Or say it's a quarter to 20. There we go. Oh, I love that.
What camera are you using?
I'm using the, what is it? YOLO S7, which is a pretty cute little camera. It has no controls, but it's an aluminum bottle. It's been running straight for 2 weeks. And I had a problem before. I had the focus area too large. So when I was moving my hands down here like this, it was changing focus. But now it has to go to there to get in the focus.
It really snaps in there.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It's the only thing snappy in my office.
Very good.
Anyway,
Very good.
so I could play a little bit with the color balance if that made a difference.
No, actually, I'm seeing him better already. Frank, your thoughts?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, it's all about those barn doors.
Yeah. Let's see what's happening here. Drop this down a bit.
Yes, you're getting compliments from YouTube, Mr. John. John's
Oh.
camera refocuses very fast, says Robert from Poland.
Yes, it does. Yes, it does. And I was really impressed. I should say, where did I just put that device that I just had? How quickly it just focused on the threads.
Yeah, and that's the S3, correct, John?
No, this is the S7.
S7.
Yeah, the S3 does not have interchangeable lenses. This is a micro four thirds. They did a pretty good review. If you go to, it was either yesterday or today. I'll tell you when it was. June 12th, Think Media, and they have an all-in-one 4K streaming podcast set up, and they've I can even do this. I keep forgetting. You would think somebody who uses this tool would know how to set things up. Having said that, now it's not working. There we go. And there we go. So here's the Think Media they just released. And on this side, there you go. See my mouse going.
Ouch.
The Sony FX3 with 85 millimeter. And this is the YOLO. Oh, that's the S3. They showed another demo with the S7. Let me go back to there.
I just looked at the price of your camera. Shouldn't have done that.
No, I should have done that, yeah. And it's not Canadian.
Yeah, that too.
Did it come with a lens, or did you have to buy the lens additional?
I got this at NAB, and they did a sale
They had a
price
promo, yeah.
where it came with the lens. Although I have, for some of the parks work, we have some Black Magic with micro four thirds, so I had some other lenses. But I thought in this one they had an example of the Sony next to the F7, but S7, but I don't see it there. Yeah, it's a little pricey. But for me, the main value of this was the on all day long and not worrying about overheating.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, very fair. Very fair. Yes. The
And
infamous.
I can change that. Let me go to there and I'll show you the three settings.
Sure.
So, and I'll do it with this one. So this is the fast setting.
Wow. Not bad.
This is the slow setting. Doesn't seem that much slower, but there's slow. There's fast.
Yeah, fast is pretty quick. The other one seems to have some pull to it.
Little pause.
Yeah.
Which are normally only on small bears.
Yeah, no, that's good. I was just telling everybody on YouTube, you really see a pop on YouTube when you're especially watching 1080p.
Yeah, I was, my main camera that I was using just for my stuff was an instant, which one is it? The Instant 360 link. And I could switch to that so you could see the difference, I think. I say that, and now I have to see if it's actually there. Yeah, here it is. So, so this is what I look like on Instant 360 link.
Very much a hot spot.
Yeah, I probably need to, I haven't adjusted it. Let me.
Yeah, it seems to be as you keep changing it, it keeps morphing into the proper. It's taking into a lot of consideration what's going on.
Yeah, but my glasses look bad and everything looks bad, you know. And now I'll switch back to my. And now I got to bring the lights back up to where they should be. There we go.
Big difference. Something to be said about having a proper lens.
And a large sensor.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But you know, what is it, the Sony? What are you doing, Mike? You have a Sony there?
Mine are all Panasonics.
All Panasonics. Okay.
All Panasonic sensors. They're my cameras, but they're all Panasonic sensors. Yeah.
So which flavor Panasonic camera?
No. They're when I mean they're my cameras, I mean they are cameras that I'm building.
Okay.
So yeah, no, when it comes to the actual sensors on them, yes, they're Panasonic sensors.
Gotcha. Okay. There are so many people in the office hours crew that went into the Sony. What is it?
Well, probably the FXs, probably.
FX or F30.
Mm-hmm.
The issue that we're thinking about with the parks is how soon do we need to start thinking about 4K? Probably not for our classroom stuff because 10K is more than adequate for the electronic field trips, but they're wanting to do more broadcast-like events. And the landscapes and the things that we have to look at the parks can justify that if you've ever seen a
right
Geographic 35 millimeter film switch to video, and looks pretty cool.
Yeah, and again, if you want that clarity of you need specifics, then then your content makes perfect sense for being 4K. You know, for us to just to do headshots and such, of course, it's overkill for us to even contemplate doing 4K. That's why Zoom isn't even, as your son knows, you guys they're not even talking about 4K as of yet. They're just now bringing us up to 1080p 60, because that would be a whole another flux of infrastructure that Zoom would have to build. Been there, done that.
And got the t-shirt.
And I got I got the bruises for all the servers that I had to set up with all the content delivery networks I built.
So Frank, is it the end of the term for you and a little bit of reprieve for the summer, or do you have summer sessions?
We have spring and summer sessions. Spring session's just about to end and summer session's about to begin.
So are you on a semester system?
Fall, winter, and something called spring, summer. The regular school year ends in April. Then they have exams, and then
how are your terms? 12 weeks, 15 weeks, 10 weeks?
Roughly 12.
12 weeks, okay.
Depends on the calendar. Sometimes it's 13. That'll get you a half credit usually, and then if you're doing a full credit, it's usually 26.
26. And who's your accrediting agency?
The provincial government. Each university is created through an act of the provincial parliament.
Right, but then do they review it? Like we have WASP, which is the Western Association. We have a whole set of accreditation that external. Do you have external reviewers that are not the government?
I don't know. I mean, for certain programs like engineering, they would go by the professional standards of that body.
Right.
But for other things, I'm not sure.
Yeah, we have that. I mean, we have our nursing programs, engineering, some of them have their bodies, and business schools have that. But then we're state funded, so we have, self-evaluation, but then we have
there's the Ministry of Education, I guess. Ministry of Colleges and Universities, I guess, would be the highest authority.
In our province, in Ontario, yeah. Or government-wise, I guess would be the government.
Education's a provincial responsibility, so
right.
it's the Ministry of Colleges and Universities.
And you're considered public, right? It's
sort of
with the government funding.
Yeah, it's not a private.
But you're not tuition free.
No.
No. Frank is not. No.
Sorry, my wife doesn't like being on camera. No, people pay tuition.
Well, we just had the going away party for I think it might have been our 5th president here, 4th or 5th. And they haven't announced the new president from the...
You should run.
I joked that I left my previous campus, CSU Chico, to come down to CSU Monterey Bay, because in the rotation for department chair, I was up.
Uh-oh.
And it was better to leave than to have to be a department chair.
When the music stops, everyone has to find a chair.
Yeah, the department chair is a thankless job in an academic setting.
Yep. Money and politics.
Is your IT organization part of the business side of the house or the academic side of the house? Or do you even split things that way?
I don't know how it would be judged under the way you're explaining it. It's an interesting question.
So we have a chief technology officer for the campus, a chief security officer, and then we have academic affairs, which would in fact be the course management systems, the Zoom being integrated, we don't use Zoom video. So there's a whole academic oversight of the computer labs and how the technology is used.
We have a CIO, and then academic computing is separate from, I think, the rest of the computing, and then my group is in charge of a bunch of technologies that are considered academic priority technologies. So the learning management system, things of that nature, grading systems, other things are all sort of, in some institutions, I imagine IT would do all of that, but in our particular situation, it's handed off to our subset.
There's a lot of interesting ways that that's done, like the registrar, which is obviously academic, and the student information system, which connects to our course management system, but that's on the business side.
Yep, the SIS, yeah.
I think it'll be real interesting that I'm following what Zoom is doing with Human, with their connection with the World ID, with LinkedIn.
Yeah, World ID I'm really interested in.
Have you gone and found your orb?
No, I have not. I know about it, but I haven't done it. We actually had a Zoom test kitchen, I want to say 5 or 6 weeks ago, where me and Dave got into a bit of a debate and he said, "Why do you care?" And I said, "Well, of course I care. I want to know who I'm talking to, and if they're, am I really talking to a human? Who am I talking to? Like, what's going on here?" Because the AI is getting so good, you could easily not be talking to a human, and would you know?
It's very scary. The first founding president of CSU Monterey Bay is writing a new book. He's in his 80s now and sort of trying to use the wisdom from a person who's been there about challenges to higher ed. And he really hasn't gotten too engaged with AI and with those sort of systems. And so I took one of his, actually I started with him. I wrote a opinion column for EDUCAUSE, and it was a 1-page document. And I entered that document and took a picture of me and had made a 10-second pitch because you could do it for free. And I did not convert my voice, which I could have done if I didn't have the time or the coin. But he looked at it and his mind almost exploded. He said, he said, "How did you change your voice like that?" I said, I didn't do any of that. He said, "Yeah, and it got my gestures pretty well. It was pretty amazing. I should play it." But so he ended up doing Tony Mobley's show to give him an experience of what it's like to be on a podcast.
Oh, wow. That's great.
And Tony made his first short from something he said in a podcast. And like a kid in a candy store, he's been sending that to, 500 of his close personal friends.
That's fun.
But I do think the ID issues or human identity. I think it was a Canadian who did that famous talk called Identity 2.0.
I think I've heard of it, but I'm not conversant with it.
It was both subject matter and presentation matter was impressive. See if I can find a link to it.
So on a related Zoom theme, Zoom's got an upcoming webinar called the AI Connected Campus, Smarter Financial Aid Registrar, Ops, and Alumni Engagement. And they've been sending me a few sort of emails saying, you should come and check this out.
Very cool.
And it's sort of, how you showed that bonsai thing earlier today?
Yeah.
I guess they've sort of built some sort of platform for higher education. Will help you do everything: registrar's office, marketing, recruitment, tie it all together with AI, right?
Yeah. Again, yeah, a lot of, especially, and again, too, John and I've actually had one of the people from Zoom that actually is responsible for a lot of the actual AI implementation. And he's specializing a lot in the revenue accelerator product.
Okay, yeah.
Which is more into the Zoom phone in conjunction with being able to help teams with support and such so that they can do things. Go ahead, Frank.
Is this the one I wanted to show? I thought it was no, that's not. I don't know. It went away. It was there, I swear. But anyways, I'll stop sharing. It seems to have jumped away.
All right.
Anyways.
All right. We'll take
it's exactly what I said, though. It's basically yeah, it's this one right here.
Yeah, go ahead.
I'm just waiting for it to load.
Okay. And then we'll go over, once we show you that, then I'll go over to Mr. John because he's ready for us.
Yeah. So it's the AI Connected Campus, Smarter Financial Aid, Registered Ops, and Alumni Engagement. Higher education institutions face mounting pressure to improve recruitment, retention, and overall student experience, yet many still rely on fragmented communication tools that create silos and reactive interactions, leaving financial aid offices overwhelmed, registrar workflows bottlenecked, and alumni relationships underserved. So what you learn, the real world impact. Anyways.
So they're not telling which products they're using in conjunction with that. It's just more of a come and see.
I think in one of the communications they gave me more of a breakdown, but I don't want to go through all my email looking for it.
All right. Cool. All righty. Over to Identity 2.0. Go ahead, John.
Well, just following up what Frank said about, Zoom, the World ID and what they're doing with LinkedIn and with Clear. This is a sort of a classic. It's Identity 2.0. It was presented in 2006. And if you haven't seen it, we don't have chat, or do we have chat in there?
Yeah, if you give it to me in our meeting chat, I'll give it over to everybody on YouTube.
On YouTube. Okay, let me do that. So I just put it in, but there's two reasons to play this back. One, because it really starts talking about the identity issues that we're facing now with AI and the agents that can be built. But it also is probably one of the best presentations that I've seen anybody do in terms of effective use of visuals supporting his talk. So it's a twofer. Identity 2.0 and Identity 2.0 presentation model, and Identity 2.0 as a predictor of issues in the future. I guess that makes it 3 for 1.
Cool. Good stuff.
But made me think about it is I think he may be Canadian, but I'm not sure. He tells it. Let's see. Let me get to the beginning. O'Reilly. Here we go. Let me open this up for you. So part of what he does in the presentation is talks about, how you identify himself. And he works for O'Reilly, but he's in Canada, British Columbia. And he's talking about the Olympics. And he's UBC. So not even better yet, Frank. It's one of your countrymen.
Yeah, thanks for the link. I just emailed it to myself. I'm going to watch it later. Is he making a martini?
So how do you decide when the show is over?
How do I decide when this show is over? When everybody gets really quiet on YouTube and I hit this one button one more time going, last call for everybody to ask questions. And you already know that I've done that in chat. So let us know quickly in chat. If not, we're going to wrap it up and tie a bow in this one for this week's edition of Zoom Test Kitchen.
I think everything after 5 is bonus. Whatever you get after 5 o'clock is bonus, right?
Yeah, we're in bonus land right now. Yeah.
It's only 2:37 here on the Pacific
Eastern Standard Time.
It happens every week. It's never over, says Talak. This is true. This is very true. We were never done. We're never done with Zoom. That's very, very true. Absolutely.
Mike's going to stay here till midnight, all on his own, like a good soldier.
Well, as long as everybody comes and behaves in the lounge, as long as you're not rowdy, we don't have to call the cops or anything in particular. We'll be pretty good. All right.
See how this focus works. Not as good.
Wow. Yeah. I didn't want to go that
I would
far.
have loved to have seen you lecture because I bet you're very engaging.
It wants to. You're really driving it nuts. So that's a good tester. You should send that to
Instead of
Yolo.
a prop comic, you could be a prop professor.
My daughter, who both my kids helped me when I was teaching. I did back in the days of overhead transparencies. They would be in a numbered order, but I randomly used them at the end of every class. My kids would put them back in order. My daughter at one point complained. She said, "Dad, why did you just use them in the way that you the numbers?" I said, "It doesn't work that way, Sarah." And then she got to the point that she started knowing my gags and jokes, and I do magic tricks. So yeah, in the day when it was the short straw for the faculty members were who was going to teach the large lecture class
Right.
that you had to do to get 200 students, so you could have a small seminar of 12 to 16. And when I drew that, my goal was to make it as both educational, but as informing as I can. And so, yeah, I've got a whole set of, I've given a lot of it away, but magic tricks, you know, the pin through the balloon, did all sorts of things to try to keep the people from falling asleep.
One of
Particularly,
the shows I've made for, I don't do it anymore, but for years I made it, was the chemistry magic show, which lots of universities do.
yeah.
And that's always a fun time. And they bring in a bunch of children to come to see it, and you know, we usually do a food drive with canned goods and things, and what a great thing to do at a university.
Yeah, those are fun. I missed the classroom. You do something for 30 years. I feel a little bit like the Greyhound racers. They hear the bell and they want to run, but they've been retired. They don't know the bell's not for them.
You contribute to society in lots of meaningful ways still, so what's the difference?
Yeah, no, I'm having fun doing a lot of volunteering. In fact,
The parks.
yeah, I'm busier now than when I was, you know, actively teaching. In fact, some of my colleagues, I don't think it's a compliment, but said, John, you're working so much more than you ever worked when you were working here.
Some people like to engage and other people don't want to.
Yeah, well,
If you've had a busy academic life, then you probably have the personality that wants to engage, right?
yeah, definitely. Well, you have a good rest of your
Yeah,
day,
you
guys,
too.
because I think it was last call.
Okay,
Excellent.
catch you
So
later.
it sounds like everybody's telling us it's karaoke time. All right,
Yeah.
go. Zoom test kitchen. I swear I'll say it properly. And I promise not to blast everybody's ears off, because I can. But let me just get this setting right. All right, we're almost there. All right. Enjoy Zoom test kitchen. Let's hear you.
Welcome to the Zoom Test Kitchen, where the magic happens live. Every Friday we're on air, testing tech to thrive. From screen share to breakout rooms, we push Zoom to its max. So sit back, relax, and let's see what's in our tech hacks. Zooming in, we're testing it all. Live on YouTube each week. From audio to video, no feature we won't tweak. We're the Zoom Test Kitchen crew, here to innovate. Join the fun, learn the tech, don't be late. We'll dive into the settings, explore every single tab. Make sure your mic is clear, your camera not a drab. We'll show you how to host like a pro, manage like a king. With Zoom Test Kitchen, you'll be zooming with a zing. Zooming in, we're testing it all. Live on YouTube each week. From audio to video, no feature we won't tweak. We're the Zoom Test Kitchen crew, here to innovate. Join the fun, learn the tech, don't be late. Whether you're new to Zoom or an expert in disguise, we've got tips and tricks, we'll open up your eyes. From polls to quizzes, we test functionalities. Join us live, see what Zoom does with these. So if your meetings lag, or you can't share your screen, or if your audio echoes like you're stuck in between, we've got solutions, we'll show you how it's done. Zoom Test Kitchen, where Zoom fun has begun. Zooming in, we're testing it all. Live on YouTube each week. From audio to video, no feature we won't tweak. We're the Zoom Test Kitchen crew, here to innovate. Join the fun, learn the tech, don't be late. So tune in, don't miss out on this tech fest we lead. Every Friday, Zoom Test Kitchen, where you'll succeed. We'll make your Zoom meeting smooth, keep the tech in check. In the Zoom Test Kitchen, we've got your back. No
Big finish, everybody.
Zoom Test Kitchen.
All right. We semi-wrecked when we started today, but we made it through, everyone. Thanks, everyone, for joining us this week on the Zoom Test Kitchen. Don't forget to like and subscribe to our channel to let YouTube and, of course, that lets Zoom know how much you love our content. Don't forget, we're here every Friday at 3 p.m. Eastern, 12 p.m. Pacific, and check your local time zones to match up to the 3 p.m. Eastern time zone. As you know, we've had problems in the past with the different time changes. See everyone next week for another edition of the Zoom Test Kitchen. Now we're off to the Zoom Test Kitchen Lounge, or shall we call it the Zoom Lounge. Take care, everyone on YouTube.